Bleach Chapter 500. There will be cake. Hey everybody, Tekking101 here to review Bleach Chapter 500. First things first though, you may have noticed my wall has expanded slightly. If you're curious as to which pictures are up here and why I selected them, wait till the end of this video. And also, if you wait to the end of this video, you shall also receive your free cake. So, you know, there's that. So chapter opens up with two members of the Stealth Force, I think. I'm not really sure. See, we see these guys from time to time. I mean, we've seen them before when Ichigo and the gang invaded the Soul Society. They were, like, delivering messages. We've seen them deliver messages to the head captain a few times. I think they're affiliated with the Stealth Force. I'm not 100% sure. But the real question is, how can they see with those weird hats on? Never understood that. Like, they could see spiritual pressure, maybe? That's how they can see? I just never understood that. But that's neither here nor there. What they're actually doing is going around the Seirete and planting these transmission blades everywhere, which basically they're kind of like microphones. See, since they can't communicate with people while they're in the middle of combat, they're placing these everywhere so they can still hear what the captains and the enemies are saying. I'd say this scene is completely pointless, but foreshadowing. Why do I always have to fight the guy with guns? Oh, not random Stealth Force soldier number 2! I liked him more than random Vandenreich soldier that got killed by Kurji a couple chapters ago, and I'm still trying to recover from that traumatic loss. I need cake. Cake will make me feel better. Okay, I'm good. So, through the use of the transmission blades, I guess they're using the transmission blades. Here's my question. If they already have a Kido that can communicate with every single member of the Soul Society, why would they even need these transmission blades to begin with? I mean, I guess I could be saying stuff like, maybe maybe the members of the R&D division can't use Kido or something. I just don't understand. It's kind of just like a moot point. It's like using walkie-talkies when cell phones are available. It just doesn't make much sense to me. But anyway, Rin communicates with everybody in the Soul Society and states that Ichigo is on his way to fight off the Quincy's and that his Bankai cannot be stolen. Everybody gets excited over it, except for Mayuri, who you can just kind of tell that he's kind of pissed at Akon for using his machines without his permission, because a few chapters ago, Akon was like, yeah, I'll take full responsibility. You can tell that Mayuri doesn't want anyone else to, like, mess with his stuff. But even a more pressing matter is when we cut back over to the R&D division. What's wrong, Akon? Don't you know Ichigo's gonna come and save us? Akon? Fucking Quincy's. Okay, he doesn't actually say that, but what he does say is that Ichigo's Ryatsu has disappeared inside the Garganta. And then we get the title, 500! Well, at least Kubo didn't forget about the occasion. I mean, seriously, look at this. It takes up like a third of the page. I kind of want to play the Inception music over it. It's so big. And what epic title do we have for this chapter 500? Rescuer in the Deep Dark. Because last chapter was Rescuer in the Dark, and this chapter's Rescuer in the Deep. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna make a joke. But I am going to go hit something.
Hi.
Okay, so got that out of my system. So then we cut back to Ichigo and the Garganta, who is still able to hear Akon in the R&D division, but they can no longer hear him. And like I assumed last chapter, Ichigo can't get out of the cage just by like hitting it with his sword or by Getsugo Tenshoing it. We do get a reason because of that, kind of, but it's kind of on the fence with that. But anyway, the point is, he can hear them, but they can no longer hear him. So Akon's about to send someone to go check on Ichigo, and all of a sudden the R&D department gets smashed by, oh, hey, cool, Jidombo, man! Haven't seen you since, like, chapter 150. How you been? Oh, he's evil now. Okay, so Jidombo starts smashing the R&D department. Hyunso, you know, the R&D department member with, like, the giant head and, like, the crank on the side for some reason. Not really sure exactly what he's supposed to be, if he's, like, another species or if he's a Shinigami. Not really sure. He's about to stand behind to defend it while he asks Akon to leave, and then he gets stabbed by Rin, who... He seems to still kind of... Oh, by the way, I'm just going to call Rin a he now, I guess, because I guess it's confirmed that he's a he, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, he seems to be kind of lucid when he's stabbing Hyunsu. Like, he's like, huh? What just happened? So he's kind of, like, conscious what's going on, but he just, like, can't control his body's movements. But then we have Jidombo, who didn't appear to be lucid at all. He just appeared to be like a mindless Hulk, like, Jidombo smash! So we cut outside the building when another Quincy, I'm guessing, approaches with Jester-like boots on. And we're not really sure who it is yet, but again, by the end of the chapter, we kind of have a hint as what their power is. Kind of. I'll get to it. Ichigo, again, through the use of those transmission blades from earlier in the chapter, he can now hear everybody in the Soul Society and all of their fights at once. There, foreshadowing, yeah. It's pretty much the only reason why the transmission blades were even used when, you know, they have Tentei Kura at their disposal, just so Ichigo can somehow hear them. Not really sure how all the transmission blades got, you know, like, directed directly into Ichigo's cell phone, but whatever. It's an interesting, well-done scene where he gets to hear everybody's fights and struggles at once. Now, I'm not sure if Kubo meant to have any of these coats mean anything, you know, in-depthly, but one of them says, and you call yourself a member of the 13th Division, I promise, that's in the bottom left-hand corner, I promise, don't know what that's indicating to. I like at the top it says, you mother, and then it kind of trails off as to what he was actually going to say. Okay, Ichigo Kurosaki. You might not be the sharpest knife in the crayon box, and you might not have that great character development, but you are a badass shonen action hero, so cue that epic music, and go do what you do best, man! Okay, that amounted to jack shit. Anyway, going back to Wakamoto for the final scene of the chapter, Kurji announces that he was given the letter J for jail, and I guess that's synonymous with his power, which he can imprison people in a cage, which is why he's pretty confident that Ichigo's not going to break out. Once again, I have to ask why he didn't use this power when he was getting beat down by Alon, or when he was fighting Ichigo. But anyway, it doesn't matter. What we find out, more importantly, is that the letter that they're designated means something that's relatable to their powers. So Kurji's J for jail. His powers are, you know, jailing or, like, imprisoning people in that cube that Ichigo was imprisoned in, which can also mean something with the other Stern Ritters, like Bambito's for B, Asnod is F, like, their abilities would have some kind of synonymous with that. Going back to the whole thing with the R&D department with Jidombo and with Rin, that Quincy's ability, even though we don't know it's his or her letter, it might have something to do with mind control or body control or something with that. I think I'm going to call it Jester Quincy right now because of the boots it had on. That was pretty neat. But after he announces that, Kurji states he wants to kill everybody before Alon's power disappears. That's another thing, too, because everyone complained that he doesn't look the same. Like, remember when he first absorbed Alon, he had, like, the teeth, and his, like, wings had, like, his eyeballs in it and everything, and the next time we see him, he's, like, slowly going back to normal. I guess the power of the absorption technique doesn't last forever. But, yeah, so he's about to go finish off Chad or Hime, who are lying unconscious, when, holy crap! It's Grimjow. It has to be Grimjow. There's no other possibility. It has to be Grimjow. Okay, come on. Who is it? Okay, there's a sword. Come on. Who is it? Oh, screw you, Kubo. Screw you. That was mean, man. 500th chapter. I was excited reading that. I was, like, flipping the page. I was like, come on, it's Grimjow. Last scene's gonna be him and, like, showing up, and no, that's all we get. Who else could it be, though, really? I mean, I guess it could be just like another random, you know, a wrong car or a spot that's still in Wakamundo. It could be like, I don't know, the Afro guy that Shad fought, or just like another random wrong car out there. But come on, you couldn't have at least, like, shown him in, like, a cloak or something. I mean, 95% of the fan base knows he's coming back. You've hinted at it enough. So we know he's coming back. There was even that hint in like a few chapters ago with him in like the cloak. You know, we know he's coming back, Kubo. You could have at least had him in like that cloak or something, like show up at the end. You didn't even have to reveal it was him, just like him like in the shadows or something. But that's all we get. Just a sword. I don't know. So next chapter, Grimmjow, maybe, possibly, I don't know. I thought Nell was going to show back up, but she wasn't in this chapter either. I guess she unconscious too. I'm not sure. But anyway, the high point of this chapter, if nothing else, that I got from chapter 500, Kurji is dead. Can we all agree on that now? Kurji's dead. I mean, he's been beaten down by Onlon, had his neck broken, had a hole blown through him by Urahara. Is being cut in half and exploded enough? Are we good enough on that now? Can he finally be dead now, finally? If nothing else, I'm glad I got from that from Bleach chapter 500. But we have that. Then also we have to analyze, and then also we have to wonder, is Kurji dying gonna have his ability disappear now that he's dead? Is it gonna be kind of like a Fullbringer thing, where if the Fullbringer dies, the ability disappears too? Or is it going to be something else that the ability stays behind even though Kurji's dead? I don't see why, because the cage is like somewhat powered by Kurji's Ryatsu, I would assume, because he shot the arrow. But anyway, that's Bleach chapter 500. Kurji is hopefully dead finally. Grimmjow next chapter possibly. I'm not sure what's up with R&D division, because that was pretty much like the headquarters of the war going on, and now they've been compromised, so don't know what's up with that. Jester Quincy could somehow like control people's bodies if nothing else. And the letters somehow designate their powers, so you can go on like Bambina is E, Asnot's F. You know, you can just assume what their abilities are, because we don't really know much about them either. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. Tekking101 is signing out. Hey everybody, so whoever's watching this to the very end, I guess you want your free cake. But first, let's go over these pictures I have here. Okay, so a few new ones we have here. This one and this one were both done by Zonpak Toe Leader. I'll throw them up there so you can see them better. He is an amazing artist. Go to his DeviantArt. You will not be disappointed. Go check out some of his artwork. It's just astounding, all the stuff he does. So go there. He's awesome. I love the drawing he did with me when me slaying Kurji. And just perfect that I would put it up in the same chapter that he supposedly did. Supposedly highlighted and bolded, because we're not 100% sure in Bleach, but we have that. You know, this one you already know, Chojiro. We have Rukia here. We have the Ichigo one, where him like transforming. This one is new. This one is really cool. It's like a redux version of the one where Ichigo had all his powers when, you know how Ichigo, that splash page when he went from normal to his new Bankai? Well, this one kind of takes place from Ichigo throughout the entire Fullbringer arc, which is just kind of funny, because he has like 6 different power changes in that single arc alone. Like, no, actually 5. Yeah, he has like the 3 different versions of Fullbring, then he has his new Shikai, then has his new Bankai. So it's just funny that all of this happened in one arc. So we have that, and these final 2 things that I threw up behind me, they're the same. Like, this is the same as this, and this is the same as that. But what happened was, the first time I tried to print them out, I had no black ink, so they got printed out like this. Which I was going to throw them away, but they actually look kind of cool. Because this one is kind of filtered like a white Ichigo, like a white version of Ichigo, and this is like a negative version of the Vandenreich leader there. So I thought they'd be pretty cool to throw up, especially since I'm going to be in front of them half the time. You're not going to see them, but it's just some kind of space to fill the void there. So have that. Now I bet you're watching this and you're wondering, Tekking101, where's my free cake? Well, I'm sorry, viewer. I did not have enough cake for everybody. You, right there, the person I'm pointing to right now, right there, you are not going to get any cake. I'm sorry. There just wasn't enough for everyone. I gave it to everybody else, but I ran out. I'm sorry. Oh, and if anyone posts comments below that saying like more than one person didn't get any cake, then they're liars. They are just liars that do not want to share their cake. You, my friend, are the only one that did not get any cake, and I am sorry, but that's the way life goes. So, you know, once again, I'm just really sorry, but for this one time, for that one particular individual, the cake was a lie.
Seriously though, goodbye.